I knew I needed to prepare myself as a leader that was going to lead in a multinational company. Because I said to myself after a while, I need to go global.
You need to go global.
I need to go global, sis. You know, so, and going global is not...
It's not just by saying it.
It's not just by saying it. You have to prepare. You know.
Welcome to Omon Odike, an entrepreneurship and career talk show where we'll help young entrepreneurs and professionals reach their full potential. My name is Omon Odike, your darling host, and I'll be bringing you amazing guests who have seen it all to educate and inspire you with their beautiful stories. Let's go! Our guest today is a visionary fintech and retail banking leader with over 30 years of global experience. She currently serves as Regional Managing Director at Network International, and in her role, she drives revenue growth in West and Central Africa by enhancing expansion strategies and managing client acquisition. With a successful track record at Access Bank, she implemented product-based strategies and played a key role in digital transformation. Recognized for her inclusive leadership style, she is also an executive member of Global Council of Women in Retail Banking, Fintech and Financial Services, advocating for women in technology. She's none other than Mrs. Chinwe Uzoho. Let's welcome her to Omon Odike. Hi, darling.
Hi, dear.
Great to have you.
Thank you, sweetie.
And
Thank
welcome
you.
to
Thank you,
Omon Odike.
sis.
We finally got you.
Oh, yeah. And I'm happy to be here, sis.
Nice,
Thank
nice
you.
one.
Thank
Have
you.
a seat.
Thank you.
Nice to have you, my big sis.
Thank
Chinwe.
you.
We are
Thank
honored
you.
to have you on Omon Odike today, and we can't wait for you to share your bundle of knowledge to my viewers out there who are very interested in hearing your career journey.
Yeah, it's
the
been a
professional
journey.
world.
It's been a journey.
Yes.
And thank you very much for having me here. I'm excited
I'm
to
also
be
excited
one of the
too.
beautiful women
To
to
grace
sit
the couch.
here and grace the couch. So it's lovely. Thank you very much. And you're doing amazing
Thank you.
things.
Thank you so
Recognizing women, bringing them up, talking about things that will help the younger generation. Thank you very much. You're doing a good job, sis.
Thank you for that
Thank
vote
you.
of confidence in me. It makes us, in fact, it encourages us to do more and more. It's not easy, I can tell you.
I know. There's a lot of work
Yes,
you know, that goes into it, I know. But keep doing it.
Thank you. We
Keep
will.
doing
We
it.
will.
The world is watching.
Amen.
Trust me.
Amen. Amen.
Thank
So we'll
you.
go quickly into your question for today. You're a career giant and you have done remarkable work in the retail and fintech industry, starting your career from Access Bank, now in Network International, doing an amazing job in the fintech industry. So now we need to understand the woman Chinwe behind those caps. Those caps that you wear, we need to understand, how did you start? How did you begin your career journey? What informed the decision for you to start off even in the retail banking before you even moved on to the fintech industry?
Yeah, interesting really. Like you said, I've always been in the career line, pursuing it, being a professional. But it's been a journey. It's been a long journey, but it was worth every bit of the step I took.
Okay.
And I can say this honestly, and I tell people, I said, I'm one of those people who don't just live life to chance and luck. Just say, oh, by chance and by luck, things will fit in.
Okay.
No.
You work for it?
I believe that you have to work for some certain things, right, to be where you want to be. Set goals, you know, from day one, you know, when I left school, I studied economics first degree. But I knew I wanted to be in the financial sector. I just knew that. Okay. You know, I liked the...
Which is kind of related.
Yeah, which is kind of... I like, yeah, so I liked the, you know, prime, everything fitting into place, you know, being a career woman. I just knew I was cut out for that space. So I started my career early in banking, you know, working in different banks at the earlier stage of my career. And then, but later on, you know, I worked in Access Bank, for about 11 years.
Okay.
And during that was a transformation for me, really, because this is a big bank.
So did you work in the bank before?
Yes, I did.
Access Bank?
Yes, I did. I worked so I started my career in AfriBank in those days. Then I moved on to Intercontinental, then Access Bank, And it's been a journey, like I said, but very interesting. Because in between, of course, marriage came, children and everything started happening. And of course, you also have to focus on your career because you wanted to ensure that you grow and achieve the goal. You didn't just want to be stagnant, because of
you're a woman or you have children,
exactly.
you have a home.
And exactly. So, and I was deliberate, And most times I ask myself, how will I be relevant? Because it's important, Am I just a number in the organization or a relevant number? Because there are two different things. You can be a number and you're not
just
relevant.
Like anybody,
just like any other
notice,
person, And then what do I need to do to stand out? How can I improve myself? And I keep telling the young people, I said, you must have a mind of self-development and improvement.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to do it for you. You just have to do it for yourself. I mean, our parents trained us, but they are not going to be there every day telling you, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. There must be a conscious effort, right? And I ask myself again, what are my goals in this organization? How can I add value? Where do I see myself? And those were some of the things that helped me. Because I didn't just want to be there.
So you have the self-motivation, self-drive to become somebody that will be recognized.
Will be recognized and be relevant and be sought after, Because that is one thing. And then people know when you bring value, they begin to respect you.
Course.
And I tell people, I say, because I'm a woman, I said, look, people ask, what value are you bringing on board?
It's not about being a woman or a man.
No, what value are you bringing on board? I mean, today in Network International, I'm the only female regional managing director.
I know.
Others are guys, but I enjoy it.
I was going to talk about that later.
I absolutely enjoy it.
In fact, when I found out that you're the only woman
I'm the only,
in the entire region.
Yes, I'm the only female in regional managing director.
Yes.
Across
from Dubai, Egypt, Jordan.
Absolutely, and I enjoy
You're
it.
the only woman.
I absolutely enjoy it.
You will tell us the journey of how you got to that point. Let's take it step by step.
Let's take it step by step. So, building a career involved a whole lot of things. There are sacrifices that were made along the line. That is the truth. It wasn't all rosy, and I mean, if I tell you, I'm being a lie. And again, I tell people, I said, I'm not a superwoman. It only existed in the movies,
exactly.
Right? So you have to understand that you're not a superwoman. Where you need help, ask for help so that you can progress, And again, what are the distractors in my life and time wasters? I try to put them aside because they will always pop up, really. But it all depends on how you're able to identify these time wasters, these distractors, and you say, this is a distraction. You stay aside, I need to move. This is a time waster. You stay aside, I need to move. And those were some of the things, at every point in time, I keep asking myself, how do I move? What do I need to do, to be relevant? So that on that day, when they will mention my name, they will say, Chinwe is good on the job, but she's just there. She doesn't have the right qualification. She needs to improve on this. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So you're positioning yourself so that when it mattered, your name will be called when there's something for elevation.
Exactly. And when my name is called,
it will be called with a lot of
exactly.
Good deeds that
you understand, because I have prepared myself for it.
Good track record.
Good track record. Yes, things might not come when you expect them, but it will definitely come because you have prepared yourself for that journey. That's why I said I don't just leave things to time and chance and luck. You just wake up, you say, well, today is a lucky day for me. And then you go out, there's no luck.
I think that's very presumptuous of anybody.
Most people do. They believe in, oh,
That's the wrong
luck,
mindset.
luck.
So clearly stating that your mindset was actually a mindset to win even from the beginning.
Win.
The winning mindset.
You have to, I mean, we failed. That doesn't mean you have to quit.
Exactly.
When you fail, it makes you better and then you learn your lessons, and then you move on, And again, I say to people a lot, success is just the starting point. But what happened was, oh, I'm successful, so it's time for me to chill, drink coffee, enjoy myself. But that is the starting point.
Exactly.
That is the point where you get to and you tell yourself, look, there's still more things to achieve.
An impact.
Yes. Then you begin to work on that, impact you want to make. I mean, so that is why I've been able to transition from banking to, now technology, fintech, and I believe I'm still growing, and I'm still learning, and I'm still improving myself along the way.
Wonderful. That's an amazing story. I mean, you talked about family, how you had to even juggle all that, and how you're able to grow your kids, still work, still focus, still be one that will be sought after by where you're working, so that when there's a time for a position or something good to be given, or even a promotion, your name will be called.
Yeah.
So I hope that viewers are listening. It's not just having a mindset of I'm just working. In fact, I think the wrong mindset you see most of the time is like they are doing the company a favor by being there, showing up. But that mindset, I think it's a redundant, old, archaic mindset now that I think a lot of information is out there for people to know that you just have to do the work and
be relevant
and shine.
Do
good work.
Do good work.
And as you said at the beginning, people are watching.
People are watching.
Even if you think they are not, but you
people
will see the time when it comes, it crystallizes and becomes something of value.
You have to be relevant. Position yourself, because, I mean, I was interviewing somebody and they said, oh, we are 50. And I said, 50, you're like number what? I said, like number 20-something. How relevant is 20-something? Well, it's a good place, but you can be
of what?
In the number of, in their firm, there are 50 people. And I said, okay, where do you place yourself?
Where do you rate yourself?
Where do he
and
said like,
said
and I said, okay, that's fine. I don't even, but how relevant is that number in the organization? Because you can remove that number and everybody moves on. Exactly. They won't even remember that number existed. So that is the relevance of it, and that is why you need to, every day you wake up, you ask yourself, what value am I adding today? Because sleeping and waking up is a gift from God. It's not easy. Nobody has the power to do that. So when you wake up, you ask yourself, what value am I going to add today? What changes am I bringing on board? So that when you leave, they will know that, they will feel. And they will know there was an impact that was made. So
it's essential.
Very.
The career journey is almost like the same way as entrepreneurship journey.
Of course.
It's something that you really have to be intentional to be able to succeed. Now, given your role as a digital transformation person, I mean, you've done a lot of things in the digital transformation space, and there's a lot to do. I mean, all that comes into play even in the fintech industry. So what role does innovation play in this aspect of your business or the current business you're running? What innovation? What role does innovation play in the fintech industry? I mean, tell people innovation is a continuous process. Innovation could be building something new. It could be changing what is already existing to make it better. So not only in the fintech space, everywhere, even in our lives. Everything is dynamic.
Everything is. You have to evolve. You have to change. The way I was at the beginning of the year is not what I am today. So changes will come. It will happen. However, in the financial industry and in the fintech space, it's about having the mind to experiment. You understand? Because innovation is about experimenting.
To find out if it will work
it will work or not. You must also have the mind to take responsible risk. Innovation is about risk.
I like what you just said. have the mind to take
responsible risk. It's about risk.
Yes, not just taking it.
No, not just. It has to, responsible risk. Because you're changing something or you're bringing something into new. And innovation is not cheap. It's expensive. You must ask yourself, do I have the resources to invest in this? You understand? Because if you innovate something and it's in your head, you're not investing to create something new, then you've not done anything. It's just here. When you innovate, you have to build something new, you have to change. And then you ask yourself, there are gaps that exist. Before you innovate, you have to look at, are there gaps that exist today from what is happening or something that hasn't happened? So I'm innovating to fill a gap or to create something new. Are the resources available for you to be able to bring your idea into reality, for you to be able to bring your innovation into reality? So it's evolving every day. And again, people hear about innovation, they think it's all about technology. No,
that's true.
It's about the operational capabilities. It must be available, because it's not only about technology. You may have the technology, but the operational capabilities is missing. And you will not be able to mold that thought into operationalizing it. Okay. So when people hear, innovation, they think it just
really goes to technology. But the operation part
is
informs what the technology will be.
Exactly, it's important. So you have to look at the operational capabilities. So for example, in Nigeria here, we know what we suffer from. You're an entrepreneur. Today you come, diesel, light, blah, this, that, issues with your staff. Today somebody doesn't shop, doesn't tell you he's not going to shop. Maybe that is the day you're taking something to the lab. Something major, and the guy is not available. He didn't even tell you he's not going to show up. Those are operational capabilities. It has to be in place, and it's okay. Maybe your function or the innovation needs 24/7 light. You have to know that I don't have to depend on when there's light from NEPA or whoever. I must have quick alternative to that. So the operational capability of your innovation must be in place for you to be able to innovate.
Very interesting. So, everyone has listened to you. We are talking about the career giant Chinwe, who is sitting here, who has transitioned from economics to retail banking, now into the fintech space at Network International. And she's the only female,
managing
I'm sure the only ever been appointed regional
managing director
in the entire
network
space.
Yes.
How did you achieve that feat? What did you do that groomed you for that position? Was there a pivotal moment within your career journey? Did you do something, anything, to get you to that position? And I'm sure, because a lot of people would like to do, maybe they're working in the banking industry or any industry for that matter, and there's some key global role that they want to attain, but they don't know how to go about it. So share your story, and maybe they will be able to pick from your insights.
So part of it, and I'll tell you straight up, it's after 10 years in Access Bank, the biggest retail bank, in Africa, I kind of told myself that, it could be time to, do something more. But what happened was, before then, after my first degree, I started work, having children, and I'm like, to prepare myself for the future, I need to start improving on myself. And I'm not going to do it in a cheap way. I'm sorry to say that, I have to do it, in a good way, so that it will make a difference, right? So I went for my master's, University of Liverpool, studied global consumer marketing, because I have this thing in me. I just like to know what makes people take the decisions that they make every day when they have to make a choice, when they have to buy, because when you go to the shop, there are so many things facing you, but you decide you have to, what's that, and it was interesting. So I did global consumer marketing.
So did you eventually find out the theory behind why people buy what they buy?
Of course,
consume what they
it's a long story, but there are so many things that propel you at that moment. It's either, is it meeting your need? is it
That's true. There'll be a
available?
lot of
Is it
factors.
a lot of, is it affordable? Is it the design? At times we buy things out of the
Because
look
it's
and
beautiful.
feel. It's
Yes.
beautiful, the look and feel. You know, this one looks nice.
Even when you didn't have the intention
even
to
when you don't
buy.
have the intention, right? The look and feel. Is it the composition? Is it by referral? No, so there are a lot of things put together, and that is what determines how you position your product, even when you have to shelf it, right?
Exactly.
When I was in the bank, I was group head of product development. So those are some of the things. Okay, when we want to do this product, what will make somebody not open an account in bank A and come and open in my bank?
Yes.
What is he looking for? Is, the
So
welcoming
product
part?
positioning
Yeah, is
was
it
very
yeah,
critical.
exactly. So after that, after my MSc, it was tough because then I had children, I was working in the bank, so I was group head, so many things. It was tough, but it was 18 months of sacrifice. But I knew I needed that
And you
for the
mentioned,
future.
for the viewers to know, she said she didn't sleep for more than 2 hours.
In that 18 months,
For
it was
18
like
months.
I had to do it because I just said to myself, it's a choice and I have to make that choice now because it's going to be relevant for me later, And, it went well and I was happy I
But
did that.
that was a great sacrifice.
It was a great sacrifice. I didn't have my weekends. All I did was go to work, come back, face the family.
I'm sure you're enjoying this episode already. I would like you to take a moment to please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave your aha moments in the comment section below. We would love to engage with you. Okay, let's get back to the show.
So in between when I was doing my master's, like I was telling you, my nanny left.
Yes.
And there I was with young children, and my husband, he was also working in the bank. And I just had to adjust, sacrifice, So like I was joking, then my driver would pick the children, bring them to my office. By then there was Mr. Biggs on Awolowo Road, buy Mr. Biggs for them, bring them, they will have their lunch in the car, stay in the car, do their homework, wait for me to close from work, go home, make dinner, and then start reading again because I had assignments to submit. And so it was a sacrifice, but looking back, I'm happy I did that because I needed to do it at that point in time. And that's about getting ready, preparing yourself because
so it's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
Serious
yeah,
one.
because
they are ready to take on all the challenges.
challenges, because those are some of the things that we all need to put in place and sacrifice for us to move forward. Being a woman, you have to juggle so many balls, but it doesn't stop you. There's no excuse because you're a woman, so therefore you will move forward. Nobody's going to look at that. In fact, they give you more respect. And like I keep telling people, I said, look, when you're competent, when you're assertive, when you have the values, knowledge, the men will invite you to the table.
Yes, they will
because they
invite
know
you.
they are looking for something from you. They won't want to invite somebody who doesn't have
because
anything to
female.
offer. Because you're a female.
You're just that tag, the female.
Just female.
No way.
No, because
You'll be
they respect
invited
value.
If you have value to give.
Because they respect value. So they will invite you to the table. They will invite you to the men's club.
Yes.
And so somehow, I started growing in my career and all that.
So how did this now translate into your new current role?
So I did some programs in between. After that, I did my MBA with Bangor Business School, which was also an eye-opener for me because, the MBA broadens your knowledge, unlike the MSc, which just restricts you. So when I did my MBA, it also opened my, mind to there's so many things I could do, as a professional. And then that was when this fintech, digital was just beginning to evolve, So I started, taking personal interest in it, reading up, knowing what was happening in that space on my own, on my own.
Personal development.
Personal development.
Critical.
Exactly. Took 1 or 2, certification courses here and there. And again, because I was going for a leadership role, I knew I needed to prepare myself as a leader that was going to lead in a multinational company. Because I said to myself after a while, I need to go global.
You need to go global.
I need to go global, sis. So, and going global is not...
It's not just by saying it.
It's not just by saying it. You have to prepare. So I said, look, and needed to prepare myself as that leader that was ready to go global, So And I had mentors, you know, very senior colleagues. So I mentioned to one, I said, look, this is my plan. He said, you're ready. Just prepare yourself to be that leader that will be sought after. Because at a leadership position, it's not just about, I have degree, I have MSc, I have this. You have to be the leader that is worth it, that can change the dynamics of a team, that can take a team from point A to point B, that can sit in board meetings and convince the board that this is what I'm going to do. Believe me, trust me, just leave this business to me. You know,
and those are not necessarily. I mean, they are not book
solutions.
No. They are solutions from experience,
and confidence from inside of you. So after,
which is backed up by great knowledge.
Great knowledge. You know, so I had mentors, which is important. I believe in networking and mentorship for women and for men as well. Yes. You know, there are people that have done it well, and who are ready to, who can advise and, you know, help you, you know, go through navigate properly. So I started preparing myself and all that because I knew where I wanted to be, you know. And I said to myself, look, Chinwe, if you have to make a move, it has to be global. You have to be ready for it, you know. So, like I said, I had mentors. I started preparing myself. I did my MBA. And then did a few certification courses in leadership and thought process, you know. I did a certification thought process, leadership thought process, you know, board composition. And
these were all self-development programs.
These were all self. No. I paid. No. Sponsor me. I'm doing it for myself.
Exactly.
Because the company will tell me, no, why do we want to train you in thought process? We want to train you in X. And that doesn't align with my personal goals, right? Yeah. So, and you know, that is it. Then after that, I went to Harvard, spent 5 months doing advanced management program to also network outside, you know, Nigeria, the globe,
so have a
networking with people from all over the world, and also understand how businesses are run, you know, internationally, you know, and all that. So those were some of the things I had to do.
So it's a huge, serious packaging,
sacrifice, with real content, you know, and it's not cheap because if you want to invest in yourself, you have to invest real and spend too. You can't be investing in yourself and you'll be going for the bottom of the whatever. Because you're doing it for yourself, not for somebody. So you have to invest.
And knowing that it's going to pay.
It's going to pay later, you know, and all that. Because that money would have used it for something else. But we all have our priorities, right? Some people, their priority could be different. I mean, there are other forms of investment, right? But
you invested in yourself.
I invested in myself, and that was part of what prepared me. So 4 years ago, I actually left Access Bank, you know, and like I said before.
So how did you land the job?
Actually, when after 10 years in Access Bank, beautiful time I spent in Access Bank, growing, you know, learning, nurture, you know, growing really. I just said to myself, this will be, I think I'm ready for its time, you know. And funny enough, right, things happen. I prayed about it, really. I pray, you know, faith, and I said to God, I'm ready. This is what I want. I listed it out. I said, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want. People that are close to me already know this story, and I listed it, and I said, God, this is exactly what I want. And guess what? During that time, I had like 3 offers to be
from global companies.
So 2 were global, 1 wasn't.
Okay.
And the other one, I was like, and I went back to my book and I said, this is what does this one fit into what I'd already put down what I wanted, the way I wanted, you know. And network fitted into that, what I actually told God I wanted, right? Okay. And I know I was ready. So when the discussion happened, they were looking for somebody to run their West Africa business. So I got a call, oh, we're this, we're that. Do you mind if we have a conversation with you to take this?
So they found you? They
found me. Okay. They actually found me, you know. Because when you're ready, you know that they say beautiful bride, no, they hide. Yeah, it does not hide, you know. So they actually found me, you know. And because at a senior role again, you don't want to, grade shopping because they will feel what's wrong with this one.
Yeah.
News goes out. You have to be sought after.
Not the other way.
Not the other way.
Your CV
train your CV here. Yeah. I mean, somebody that you
have the difference.
There's a stage you look.
So you equip yourself, position yourself, package yourself, have everything ready.
Have everything so that they will, because they want value.
Yes.
They want value. So I was sought after, for the job.
Yes.
And after a series of interview, negotiation, everything, they said, we are ready. When will you join and all that? Initially, I was a little bit apprehensive because I'm like, going to the unknown,
yes.
All these, new environment, global company, exposure and all that. I'm like, hey, I hope, I can perform and all that.
Everybody has that confidence.
But I thank God because it's been a good journey with Network International,
yes, I can tell.
It's been a good journey. They've exposed me.
And
they believed in me.
Nigeria,
they believed in me, They gave me the wings to fly. They equipped me with the resources I needed, to make an impact, and honestly,
so how many people, how was your team like in Nigeria here?
Okay, so in Nigeria here, we are about 40 people in Nigeria serving the Nigerian financial institutions.
Yes.
But of course, the head office is in Dubai,
yes.
But I actually manage the West and Central Africa business.
And I'm going to go to that question. You manage West Africa, you manage Central Africa,
yes.
And combination of those is about 37 countries.
Yeah.
How do you effectively manage 37 countries in Network International? That's one question. Then secondly, the diversity of the language across these 37 countries. Of course, it's English, French. You have, I think, one of the
different.
Sango is one of them.
Yeah, different, of course.
So how have you been able to manage countries where they even speak French? Because I know you don't speak French.
I don't speak French.
Yes, I know you don't speak French.
So
because people will be, we're taking up that role and the fear will come with all this. How do you communicate your information and all? How did you, are you able to navigate
so the
this?
first thing is, one, it involves a lot of traveling, which I wasn't doing before because I have to go to my countries, right? That was the first change I had to make. And travel at quick notice and all that. Maybe there's a client. So
you've been to all 37 countries?
No, not all, because there are some of them that we mesh together, right?
Okay.
So I travel a whole lot. I had to prepare myself. I have to have that conversation at home.
We have it. Your kids were already grown.
My kids are, so there's nobody, my kids are all out of the house, so I have to have that conversation with my husband. It's time to go again, At times it's difficult, at times it's because of the job and all that. So
he's understanding to
he has to understand. He tries to, So that was the first thing that came with the job. I have to travel, which I wasn't doing before.
Of course.
So you can imagine the changes. I was one place and I was dealing with only my team here, So I had banks in Liberia and somebody saying, oh, the bank in Liberia is down, there's this, there's that. I have to call the technical team. Guys, what's happening? This bank is off. When are they going back? So those are some of the...
So do you have a central technical team or all the operations are in different locations?
Some are in different locations. Some we manage out of the regional office in Cairo or the group office in Dubai or even in Nigeria because it's technology really. So we have teams here. So we collaborate in that way, remotely. So it was really a challenge, having to understand the different ways people do things. And again, you can imagine, even within Africa, we have different time zones. So I can be fixing a meeting for 8 a.m. here. I'm already up. I want to get going. It's 6 a.m. in Togo because the guy is not up yet. You understand? So managing in a multicultural environment comes with a lot of understanding and respect. Because honestly, we Nigerians are very aggressive.
I know.
We are very fast. We want things now. It has to be done. But it's not so in a lot of, you know, even
lot of
those
African countries are a bit laid back.
They want to take their time. They will get it done. But I mean, hey, nothing. Just take it easy. You know, it's not a do or die thing. We will do it. And they will do it well, you know, but we start with aggression. You know, it has to be done now, you know, and all that. And also even the clients are different. Apart from the resources, the clients that we serve, those banks, those institutions, they are different. In every location.
So you have to learn.
You have to learn the communication. Communication in a different way. The way we say things is different. You know, you can say things and somebody will take it offensive.
I can imagine.
You know,
whereas in Nigeria, it's a normal
way of talking. So I have to learn how to balance those things across, you know, different geography, across different, you know, the country. Culture is also different, you know. So, you know, here we like to work. You can be in the office till 9, 10 p.m.
Exactly.
But there are some places you go to 5 o'clock, they say, I can't have any meeting. It's late.
They'll tell you.
They will tell you, you know. You know, here, there's no difference between Saturday and Sunday.
I know. We
there are other places that you have
a.m.
to respect other people's culture, you know.
So
and also religion.
Would you just, I mean, just taking it away from the discussion.
Yeah.
Do things really get done on time with that kind of culture?
Yes.
Where 5 o'clock they take off their bags, I mean, take off from work and dump everything to the following day. Don't you experience at least delay in delivery, if nothing else? The work may be done. I mean, the work being done is not always the end goal. It's how quickly and how good that work is done.
So you know, the most important thing when you work in a multicultural institution is that the goals and the missions have to be clear to everybody. Once they understand and align, you can actually be successful. Because, for example, if they know that the clients come first, you know, in everything you do, we are here to serve, we're a technology company. 1 minute that you're down will impact so many things. People will understand clarity that this is what we need to do.
So the KPIs are very
So the KPIs are very clear. And they know, exactly,
regardless.
regardless. And it's not about how long you've been in the office, about how well and how efficient, you know. But for me, managing, I have meetings across different time zones. I mean, like, it's about what time now? In Dubai, they're already 2-3 hours.
That's
3
hours,
ahead. In Cairo, is 2 hours. In Ghana, is 1 hour.
Do you cover Mali?
No, we don't. No, so you can imagine across, you know. So organizing my schedule has to fit in.
Join us on Omon Scout, where inspiration meets action. If you're a remarkable entrepreneur or a career giant with a unique story to share, we'll want to hear from you. Become our guest on Omon Scout and empower others with your journey, experiences, and valuable insight. Use the link provided in the description below to apply for yourself or nominate someone who deserves to be on this show. Let's inspire together.
I'm talking about French. I don't speak French, but however, when I got this route, I actually went and enrolled in Alliance Française at haute age to start learning French, you know. I got somebody to teach me the basic things,
so
greetings.
You'll know some.
Well, manageable. So when when conversations happen in French, I pick 1 or 2 things because at least I needed to.
So do you have interpreters in those meetings?
Yeah, because my staff, they speak both English and French, and then most of the clients are also enlightened to that position where they speak English and French. So, but I mean, thank God to Google Translator, you just translate some of the emails from French to English, you understand, you write in English, you translate to French and all that. So, and the world is global now, so people know, you know. So, I mean, I said, this one I'm going to manage, let me just go and register and learn Possible.
So you've always been somebody that will fix, you will fix and empower yourself.
Yeah,
but you don't want to be taken for granted.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm not good at languages, but I just said, I mean, let me just make an attempt, right? So it told me that I didn't try, you know. So 1 or 2 things that I could, you know how to navigate and all that. Even maybe to ask questions, or when somebody's greeting, you're asking a question. The basic thing, you can reply, and it helps to bond, you know, create a bond, you know.
And they will see the effort, and
they will see the effort, and they will recognize it, you know. So It's not really easy managing different people, but we'll try to put everything together.
I mean, 4 years you've been doing it, and I'm sure you've been able to get to a very, very good, good place with
manageable,
them now.
yes, manageable, because people also, like when you respect their culture, their, the way they do things. You can't just come and start changing things.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not the aim. You understand? They will resist it, and you will never succeed.
Exactly.
It will be very unfair if I say, okay, my day starts at 8, and I'm telling somebody who is 2 hours behind me, come for a meeting at 6 a.m. It's not right. You have to respect. You understand?
So you had to do a lot of retraining of yourself.
That
and
is,
your mindset
and my
too.
mindset to know that, look,
yes.
It's not just I tell somebody 1 is 1, 12 is 1, because we're on the same time zone. So my laptop has different time zones, because I need to understand that this, even when you're fixing a meeting, my tools, so those are some of the things that.
So I have a question now for entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, or even entrepreneurs who have actually set up fintech companies or any type of company. What would you advise them, especially when they want to go global? How do they enter those markets, which for whatever reason they may have, maybe obviously for expansion? What advice and tips would you give them, especially with your experience with Network International? How would they go about it? How can they start? How can they go global?
Yeah.
What are the tools that they need or they require to be able to do it?
So, I mean, very important. You have to know your business. You have to set your short, mid, and long-term goals wherever you're going. You have to also understand that I might need to localize my business, because that is what we do also in Network International. We're a global company, but we play local.
Definitely.
You understand? For us to
Yes.
succeed. So you must also localize your business based on the environment you
I hope they
operate.
understand what she means by localize for the country where you want to set up.
The country.
You must make your products fit
in. You must
country,
localize.
yes.
You also ask yourself, what I want to do I have the resources here that will enable me build this business? Because the resources might not be available, and you might need to import those resources. You ask yourself, do I have the investment to make? And what are the returns on investment? Because
it has to be viable.
It has to be viable, because I can invest $100,000 in Nigeria and get a return on investment of X, which could be okay. I will invest the same $100 in another country, and I might not get the same returns on investment.
Definitely.
So you have to ask yourself, what are the returns on investment in this country where I want to localize my business? You understand? Then again, you have to look at regulators, because for our business, we are highly regulated, right?
That's true.
So regulation is different in Nigeria and other countries, in Ghana, in Togo, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, different. In Kenya, in Uganda, all these, they are all different. So you have to know what does the different
local
exactly
regulations as it pertains to that your product or service.
Your service, and will you be able to navigate around it, to be able to succeed, So those are some of the things, because what I see is that some people plant a business and then they find out they can't fit because regulation is not favorable,
yes. Why would they even do that?
So because that is it, so, and all that. And then you also, ask yourself, what problem am I solving here? Does this business really need to be in Ghana instead of Sierra Leone? It could be better in another country than where you think you want to localize your business, so you look at the gap, you look at the resources, you look at the product you want to bring on board, and when you've done all this, then you should be ready to go.
That's very insightful. So for our viewers who may be aspiring to have leadership roles in maybe global companies or even Nigerian companies, and those entrepreneurs who want to go into maybe the fintech space or any other relatable industry, what advice would you give them? What kind of skills, just simple, what kind of skills would they require to be able to take up that leadership role? They must have that. If not, there's no need even vying for it or looking for it.
I will summarize it this way: not one size fits all.
Yes.
You know, because I've done it this way does not mean that you have to do it this way or because it's the best.
Yes.
You know, because some people will say, oh, Chinwe said you have to get a
of
master's,
course,
you have to go.
No, not at
you
all.
know, the only thing I'll tell
Everybody has
you,
their own authentic
story, exactly, and you have to follow your story and your journey, you know. But you ask yourself, first of all, the goal. What is my goal? What is my mission? When you're able to identify your goal, then you ask yourself, what do I need to do to achieve this goal? What do I need to do to equip myself? Because my goal is different from yours,
yes,
right?
Definitely.
So, I mean,
I will not mind being a global leader.
So your goal is different, right? So, so once you identify what your goal is, you ask, what are the resources I need to be able to achieve this goal? How do I need to improve myself and fit in to this goal? That goal might not be for today, it might be for the future, right? But you have to start today. So I give you an example. There was a time the regulator said before you get to a certain leadership role in the financial institution, you must have so qualification. Yeah. So what are you doing waiting? Start it.
Yes.
Is it when you get to when they say, you can't get it because you don't have the qualification?
So you start working towards it.
Because if you know that your goal is to grow in that institution and become a leader of this level, what does it require for you to do that?
They've even provided it.
So start it. So you don't want to wait. They say somebody is being wicked. They don't want to. They don't want to.
Culture.
Yes, they don't want to. They don't want to promote me because you've not made yourself ready. You know. So those are some of the clear things I would tell people.
So goal.
You have to identify what your goals are. What do you need to achieve those goals? You know. Then you start building the blocks to help you achieve that.
Yes.
If you need to go back to school, go back to school. If you need certification, go and do certification. Do you understand? Yeah. If you need to take extra classes, credit, go and do that. If the company you want to be next year says they only want international degree, you know you have local, what are you waiting for? Then go and do the international degree.
Exactly.
You understand? Then you have to train yourself and be available so that when that role is there, you are available for that role. Because if you're not available, they will take some. There are a lot of people who are qualified, too many. So you have to be available and relevant so that when that thing materializes, you're right there, you're ready
to grab
and you're
that
available to grab it.
And they said the opportunity is always there.
And they say nothing comes but once.
And the opportunity is only there for the life of that opportunity.
Yes, you know, and the way we joke, you know, they joke here that opportunity comes but once. You know, so when it comes and you're not ready, it goes to somebody else. And you have missed that, you know.
And it may never come back again.
And it may never come back again. And you ask yourself, so those are some of the things, you know. I will summarize it this way. Yeah,
this has been very wonderful, very inspiring. I can't even, I'm learning a lot, especially for being how I can prepare myself to be a global leader. Because global leader doesn't have to be only for the fintech or for even one industry. It cuts across even being an entrepreneur. It cuts across being a career professional. Of course,
definitely.
And every dynamic.
Definitely.
And I think we've really learned a lot from you. So I will ask you, I'm still not done. We still want to pick your brain. What would be your parting words for our viewers who are listening today? They've heard your remarkable story, a remarkable story of resilience. Of self-motivation to the highest level. That's how I feel about what you've said today.
Thank you.
And you've been self-driven, self-motivated. You're a go-getter, you love to win. And I think this is a mindset that women especially need to have. And you shouldn't make excuses. I mean, what you've said is very, very clear. Don't make excuses because you're a woman or think they will give it to you, hand it over to you. And I say it even in my own office, I wouldn't give you a job, a promotion because you are a woman. And you start looking at me and looking as if, I only give it to the men. Do what the men are doing. Play to the table.
Be better than them, really. Don't just what they're doing, be better.
Be better than them. Why do I have to give you? So I say if you're willing to do the work, then you get the job. It's as simple as that. So I think you've really clearly stated that. And I mean, I don't know if you want me to tell them how many children you have. So it's a lot of children, and she's been able to juggle all
the
of
balls,
that, plus the husband, plus the career, self-development, and get to where she is today.
Absolutely.
So nobody really has an excuse. Yes, I know it may not be that easy for everyone, but it's still possible.
I agree with you.
It's still possible.
It is. Yes. It is. So, like you said, my parting words really, it's like I said, success is never final. That is one thing I always. Success is never final, right? It's just the starting point.
Exactly.
And my parting words really is that don't allow the ugliness in people affect your beauty, because people come with different ugly patches, right? Don't allow that to affect you. You know.
Think I'm getting
so
about
what you
that.
do is that always reboot, recharge, and move on. You know, you must always come to that place where you need to, when you restart your system, you restart yourself.
So
you give yourself that jump, you know, you jumpstart yourself, you know. So don't let things that have happened or the ugliness in people affect your beauty. Don't ever, you know, because it will happen. Will it happen? Yes, it will happen.
Definitely.
You
it
know,
happens, not
it
even
happens,
once.
not even once.
You
could be a bad boss. You could be, you know, anything, a bad spouse or something.
Yes.
It affects who you are. Reboot, recharge, you know.
Or a bad experience.
A bad experience. It could be anything. And then, you know, motivate yourself to keep moving.
Yes.
That would be my parting words, because I've seen a lot of people who fail and they say failure is final and they quit. No, failure is the beginning. When you fail, you don't quit. Stand up.
Learn from your mistakes.
Exactly. There will be peaks and, you know, valleys and everything in life. It will happen. No matter, but see it's true. Navigate through the curves, right? Because I have a lot of people, you know, who give up because, oh, she's a bad boss. My boss did, she said, and then you throw in the towel. It will happen, but don't let it affect your beauty. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. You understand?
Yes,
so that when it happens, you know, recharge.
Yes.
Because people are not expecting you to reboot and recharge at that point in time. So you have to learn to do that, so that you can always put on your search engine and move.
That's fantastic. She has said it all. Guys, if you want to be a global thought leader or a global CEO or anything about being global, you need to put in the work from the beginning. You can't say you will do it maybe in 10 years time, in 15 years time. Your plan must start now. From the day you take on that decision, you have to start building the blocks to get to that direction. You set the goal, put things in place and put plans in place to achieving those goals, whatever it requires, whether it's going back to school, whether it's elevating yourself in one qualification or certification, or it's even going to start another job, because that job will give you the experience that you require to be able to add to your CV. Do whatever it will take. And for women who are listening to me, you can be anything. I keep saying it. You can dream about it, you can think about it, and you can also achieve those goals. Don't believe because you're a wife, you're a mother, you can't do that. Women have been given this precious gift to be able to multitask. And we are very, very resilient people. And we can do what we say we can do. It's just a matter of time and chance. But having that conscious mindset that you would achieve those goals will actually get you to that point. So that being said, please continue to put in the work, continue to do what you need to do to build yourself. And more importantly, focus on your goals, focus whatever it is. And remember, there will definitely be a time for sacrifices. And when that time comes, sacrifice because of the greater good or the greater achievement or the greater thing that you are willing to see at the end of the day. So these are my words. Please, let's stay focused, let's stay recharged, let's stay motivated. And I think one of the most beautiful things I can even take out from this is you have to be the one to self-develop yourself. And secondly, you have to be motivated. Nobody's going to come to you to motivate you. If you're looking for your husband, your wife, your mentor, or whatever it is to come, or a friend, you're wasting your time. It's only when you get self-motivated that you actually align with your goals. And those are my words for you. Now we're going to the fun part of this segment.
Okay.
We're going to be asking some trivia questions.
Ah.
Don't worry, it's not too hard. I'm sure you'll be able to get it.
Don't be too sure.
Okay. So the question goes like this. How many pounds are in a ton?
Pounds like weight?
Yes.
In a ton?
Yes.
My children are going to kill me if I fail this.
No, you have to get it.
I have to get it. What's the price? What's the price?
There's no price. It's for the price is your kids will not kill you.
How many times can I guess?
Twice.
Twice.
Yes.
Okay. My first guess 1,800? No.
No.
High or low?
Higher.
Higher.
Yes.
2,000.
You got it.
Hey, give me 5, girl. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Almost Couch. I am sure you are eager for another inspiring story. So click here to watch another episode or click here to subscribe. I will see you in the next episode.